And welcome to this Bafana Bafana rival press conference ahead of our international friendly against Zambia on Saturday in Gqeberha. At the head table in the middle we have Coach Hugo Broos, the coach of the South African senior men's national team. And either side of him is Masindi as well as Gqeberha. Coach, over to you. Just give us your opening remarks. And then what we'll do, then afterwards you guys will ask your questions, and then when you finish with the coach, you then can direct your questions to the two players. Over to you, Coach.
Okay, good afternoon. First of all, the reason why we are here today is because Saturday morning we got a message from the hotel where we usually go that the booking was cancelled. Yes, very nice news 2 days before the camp. So there was an overbooking and blah, 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 blah. So Saturday morning, it was up to us to find another hotel. And not only that, so first of all, we tried to find something in the region where we're always there, so not too far from Dobson. But we couldn't find an hotel, and I think it's normal that 2 days before you come with 36 people that every hotel is available. So we had to come this side, and I was very happy that we could come here. But that meant also that we had to look for other trainings accommodation. So I want to thank the people of Ellis Park for the availability of the stadium. So we train in the next days. So till Thursday, we train in Ellis Park, and I know that the pitch is very good there, so I'm very happy. But yes, it was a little bit annoying and moment of being nervous when you got on Saturday morning a message that the booking is cancelled. But okay, and good, all good. We are here now in preparation for the game of Saturday, friendly game, but for me friendly games don't exist. Every game we have to be focused and concentrated and trying to win that game, and it will not be different for this game. I want to win on Saturday, and that's also the reason why my first idea was to let players of Sundowns and Pirates in their club, because they have a very overloaded program. But at the end I changed my mind, because again I want to win. And why I want to win? First of all, it's important for our ranking. So we want to stay certainly in the first 10 and even go to 9 again. And I think the defeat of Lesotho makes us going down to 10 now, sorry. And secondly, we are 1 month before AFCON, and it shouldn't be not a very good thing if we should lose the game on Saturday. So I will ask from every player focus and concentration like we had for the qualifiers. Even it's not a qualifier, but I will not accept that players are taking this game such as a little holiday. I want to win on Saturday. At the other side, it's also for me the last opportunity to call some players who I wanted to see a little bit more from closer. Therefore, those two guys are here with us. They make good performances in their club, so I think that they deserve to be with us. And now it's up to them in the next days to prove that they are on the right place here, that they are players for the future who can help us. It can be the near future, it can be maybe later, but that's the reason why they are here. And again, the performance in their club is the most important thing. But this is a step higher, and it's up to them to show that they can make that step. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach. All right, we'll open the floor. Questions, just let us know from which media house you are from when you introduce yourselves. Okay, start with you, sir.
Coach Benjamin Irenda, Eswatini Daily News. Just maybe on player availability update, are they all here, all the 23 players that you called to this camp?
I'm sorry?
I'm saying, are all the 23 players that you called for this
Yeah. There's something that doesn't happen so often, because foreign players sometimes playing also on Sunday, and then it's impossible for them to be here on Monday, but everyone is here. The last one who arrived was Matuludi, because there was a problem with the flight, so we had to take a later flight, but everyone is here.
Oh, okay.
Coach, Coach, you talk about you want to play a team that's highly ranked, a team that's competitive. Zambia is ranked number 18, if I'm not mistaken. Was there not an option to have to choose any of the other teams which are rated above South Africa?
You know, we are in preparation for AFCON, and it's not the moment now to do some experiments of. I have to focus everything on AFCON, and that's why maybe some players are not there, and that's why also I want to have a good preparation and have a good game again against Zambia. So I said I think the previous press conference that for me 75% of the selection is made for AFCON. So now it's only to see a few positions, maybe this one or maybe the other one, but that is the most important thing for me, that we don't have any doubts anymore, and that we can start the preparation on the 8th of December with everything we knew, and that we don't have surprises anymore, and that's the reason.
Coach Lorenzo from Ituski Times. Ahead of AFCON, are you thinking about your 10 role, because you don't have a traditional natural number 10 in your squad right now, and it's a position that you use, or will you try and change your system to not using the traditional 10?
You know, that is also something that why a preparation is for. We have to be prepared on everything, and maybe when you compare with the previous AFCON, we have a team in our group, Angola, that is a quite different type of tactic than normal other African teams. So we have to be prepared for that, and we will try to do it during the preparation. So we can't focus only on one way of playing. We need to be able to adapt in some situations, and that was something we didn't have in the previous AFCON in our first game against Mali. Suddenly we had to fight, and we couldn't. But we learned very quickly that AFCON, because the second game and the third game and so on, we learned that at some moments in the game we can't play our game, but we have to do something else. And this is why preparation is, and we start on the 8th, so we have 10 days to do it. But we will be ready, and again, it's very important that you're not focused only on one way of playing, because it can be the opponent, it can be the game. That in the game that you have to change something.
Temba Shabalala Joseph from Sports, I'm here, Coach. Coach, just something out of personal interest. I mean, I'm looking at all the attack that you personally get on social media, even whether it's on print or wherever. How does then a Hugo Broos stays afloat and stick to what he believes in when the whole group of people are taking you personally?
Well, I have to say, do I have to thank you for saying me that, because I didn't know. So, you know how I feel and what I think about social media. I don't follow that, not at all. And I think if I should read those things, that I should laugh. Because those are people who are suddenly think that they are important, and in social media they can say what they want. It's really nonsense, it's ridiculous, and it doesn't affect me at all. But thank you that you mentioned it.
Good afternoon, Coach. Gqeberha Pasha, freelance. Coach, when you first started here, there was a lot of players that you didn't know, and of course you started building your side gradually. When you look at a Bafana Bafana player, Coach, what are the boxes that needs to be ticked for you to call them? What makes a Bafana Bafana player in your presence and you having been the head coach for the last couple of years?
You know, there is, for every position, first of all, we have a profile of what a Bafana Bafana player has to be. This is the start. What is that profile? Profile is the quality. That's the first important thing. If you don't have quality, you don't come to Bafana Bafana. The mentality, very important. So when we go and see games, we not only look at the let's say football technical things, but also what is the mentality of the guy. He get a kick and he's down, and 5 minutes before he start again, then you have to think, oh, that's not the guy. And then third, there's the third step. When he comes to us, how does he behave in the group? Because I think I said it already before, if you have one guy with a bad mentality in your group, it's done. It's done. So that is first of all. And then for every position, there is also a profile. So let's take an example. Fullbacks have to be back, but also offensively strong. So we have for every position that profile. And with that profile, we choose the players. And it can be that the player has the quality, certainly, but they don't have the mentality. And it happened already in the future that I don't call players anymore because they don't have the right mentality. And then you start building up. And I think we did a good job in the last 3-4 years. And I think it's the only way where you can build a very good team. And it's amazing when you see the guys also today. When you see the guys arriving here, it's like a bunch of friends who see each other again after 1 month. I said that already. Also, those are not colleagues. Those are 23 friends who are arriving, and you see the young boys also immediately, they are in the group. And that is very important.
To Mark from the Citizen newspaper. Coach, just to ask you, obviously at the last AFCON, you went in maybe with nobody quite knowing what to expect as kind of underdogs. Do you expect this time to have the teams will sort of maybe target you? Also, because you qualified for the World Cup, is there a different experience when you are one of the favourites, maybe, or one of the favourites to do well?
You know, both are very important. And I think for us it will be a little bit different now to start the next AFCON because, let's say it like this, we are South Africa now. And this was different than 2 years ago. We were a team of South Africa. And with the performances we did and the results we had, I think also the opponents will start a game and prepare a game a little bit different than 2 years ago. And that is for us now the next step we have to make. If we can make that step now in the next AFCON and doing the same results as the last one, so I think then the progression we made in those last 2-3 years is enormously, and that can help us also to do it very good in the World Cup. So I shouldn't like to play an AFCON let's talk about the worst case. After the group stage, you can come back to South Africa. That should be very bad. So we have to try to avoid it, and I'm confident because I know this group, the quality is there, the mentality is there. It can always happen, but this is not something I will expect, or it should be for me, honestly, a big surprise if after the 3 games we should have to come back to South Africa. But I know, and we are conscious about that the approach will be different now from the other teams.
Good afternoon, Coach. My name is Tim Kulia from Teta FM. Coach, on Thursday when you made your squad announcement, you mentioned Masindi coming in from Duduzi, and Duduzi did not play much in the 2 World Cup games to qualify. And Ashley Cupido, I assume Makaro is in for Ashley Cupido. Both of the players did not get game time. Are they, like, you are impressed with the 2? Will they get game time?
That's that's why they are here. Huh? So I explained a few minutes ago how we choose a player to come to Bafana Bafana. But now here, this is for them the next step. So they made the first step. The first step is to be chosen. So that is done. Now is the next step. Okay, we will see and watch them very carefully, how they behave on training, how they behave in the group. Maybe, but that depends of for example, how will the game be on Saturday and whatever. Maybe they will get a few minutes, matter of speaking, of playtime. So and that's why they are here. So every player, certainly young players like they come here with no experience of international level. You can't avoid that. Otherwise, you have to take always players with much experience. But for them, it's also sometimes the first time. So we have to watch them now and then see how good they are and if they reach the level we want. And then for the future, okay, we will see.
Coach, I have a question from News from Africa, over here, Coach, by the cameras. Coach, you say that most of your squad for the AFCON is already decided, but there's probably a small percentage that still is up for grabs. Coach, which positions and areas on the field would you say are still up for grabs for players before you finally put a rubber stamp on the players that will be going out tomorrow?
I think, and you will see it maybe in the next weeks when we have to announce our 50 or 55 or whatever list of players for AFCON. So I think there is, for the moment, no position anymore of which we can say, oh, yeah, there we need that, or there it should be a little bit more stronger or whatever. I think in those list of 52 players or 50 players, we have everything we need. Except there are players who are not so experienced on international level, and they are very experienced in the international level. But you can never stop watching and looking and searching for players. You can never stop. Even now, I'm happy with that list. Still, we will go on and try to find maybe a better player for a certain position than that we had for the moment. But I think the work is done now today, but it never stops. We will go on. Yeah, as long as I'm here, I will go on to find better players.
Yes, last 2 questions.
Yeah, Coach Velile here.
Yeah.
Yes. You've just spoken about international experience. I was looking at the under-17 yesterday reaching the knockout phase at the World Cup. The under-20 also went to the knockout phase as well. And I'm reminded of someone like Kelezo Makhalwa. He was at the under-20 World Cup with Gqeberha. Bule has just came back. How important is for these guys so that even if they are new here at Bafana, but they also come from this experience of having played in a World Cup?
It's important, and I always said that that international experience, and for them, those who were already on a World Cup or an AFCON with -20 or -17, they have already that. But you have to continue, and that's why I think we talked about it maybe last press conference or the press conference before. That now you have a basic. You have -17 who is in the World Cup. You have -20 who won AFCON, who was in the World Cup. But now the next step has to be done. And if you don't go on working with those guys, all that talent will be lost in as quick as you can think. So we have to go on working with them and give them their chances in the next months and years for Bafana Bafana. Because before they are not with Bafana Bafana and before they are not on training with Bafana, we will not know if they can make the next step. So the advance we have maybe now on the other years before is that we have now a pool of players who have already an international experience on youth level. So it's up to us now to go on working with them in the next months already and the next years, and then I think the future for Bafana Bafana is very bright, because there is talent. But you have to be careful also that you don't call those players too soon. I can't call for example Smith or Campbell with the national team now and go to AFCON. This is too soon. I can kill those guys, and I don't want to do it because the talent is there. So it's up to them and not to us first of all to give them the chances in the next months, also to have that experience on international level, a higher level, and therefore maybe it should be very important to create a -23 team, and every FIFA break there is, organize also games for those -23 teams, and give them that experience. That should make the process progressing quicker than ever. So yeah, there is a lot of work to do, I think.
Last question,
Good afternoon. Coach, you mentioned that you're not viewing this game as a friendly game for you. It's an important game and a must-win game. Are there any specific areas of improvement you're looking at fine-tuning against Zambia?
Improvements. I think the most important thing for Saturday is that you play a good game and that we play on our level, like we did in the previous years. When did we play our last friendly game? I don't remember, but it's quite a long time. So all the other games were qualifiers. So then the concentration and focus is easier to do than before a friendly game, and that's why I started this press conference by saying, for me, this is not a friendly game. I want to see again Bafana Bafana, what I saw the last months and years. A team who has a good mentality, who want to win the game, who going for every ball, for every meter, and that is something what I want to see tomorrow also. What can we improve? Yeah, you can always improve, but I don't think that you take a friendly game to approve something. Not at this moment. This is a game to confirm again how good we are and what a good team we are. And that confirmation I want to see Saturday.
Thank you, Coach.